Best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had.
I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Second, the left fielder, J.J. Bleday. At third base, batting third, Sal Stewart. Hitting fourth, the designated hitter, Eugenio Suarez. The first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe, bats fifth. Hitting sixth, the right fielder, Spencer Steer. Catching and hitting seventh, Tyler Stevenson. Edwin Arroyo making his major league debut, plays second base and hits eighth. And the shortstop, Matt McClain, hits ninth. Lyon Richardson starting on the mound for the Reds. Pleased as always to be joined by the Cowboy Jeff Brantley. I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you, Cowboy. Always exciting to see a major league debut. This feels like long awaited for Edwin Arroyo.
Yeah, I think that there's been a lot of anticipation from not only fans but just around baseball for this kid to get an opportunity to play in the big leagues. It's probably a year removed since he had the shoulder surgery, very similar to Matt McClain, but he is on the field and he is ready to go.
It's the Reds and the Royals. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. The first pitch misses up and away for ball one. 7:10 our first pitch today. Beautiful night. 74 degrees is our TempStar game time temperature. Get complete home comfort with the TempStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TempStar dealer at tempstar.com. Lyon Richardson missing low with a changeup. He's behind the count on Carter Jensen at 2 balls and no strikes. Jensen came into the season as the Royals' #1 prospect. He's hitting .228. 7 home runs, 26 driven in. Richardson delivers, and the pitch is up too high. It's a 3-ball, no strike count on Jensen. Well, the Reds had to kind of adjust their starting pitcher plans on the fly. They had to actually send home Chase Burns yesterday because of illness, unable to make the start today. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It's 3-1 on the left-handed hitting Jensen. So the Reds turn to Lyon Richardson. Right-hander Richardson comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's just off the outside corner. Carter Jensen's aboard. Well,
I would imagine we'll get Richardson here early, and newly recalled left-hander Brandon Liebrandt will probably see some bulk innings here in the middle.
Talking with Terry Francona about his plans today, he goes, look, we'll get as much mileage as we can get out of Richardson. Liebrandt is available, and like you said, in that bulk role, which I would imagine we'll see him in at some point. But if Richardson has a quick, efficient outing, they'll let him keep going as long as he's effective. But
efficient is out the window after you walk the first batter, unless you get a double play
no
right
doubt.
Here.
Well, he misses with ball one to Bobby Witt.
Efficient is over.
Right-hander Richardson sets ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Bobby Witt Jr. And it's upstairs, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count, and Richardson having a little difficulty finding the strike zone right now. Witt always dangerous, having another great year. 2-time All-Star. He's won a batting title. He's won a couple of Silver Sluggers, and he's hitting .286 this year with 9 home runs and 26 driven in. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Witt, and it's off the inside. Nope, on the inside corner. Called a strike.
There's nothing in the game that this guy can't do. And he does it pretty consistently, to be honest with you, not only at the plate, but in the field as well.
Willie Traynor is our home plate umpire. The pitch is off the outside corner. It's 3-1 on Bobby Witt Jr. And right now the Reds need Lyon Richardson to locate the strike zone. 3-1 on Bobby Witt Jr. Runner on at first base. Nobody out. This is a Royals team that is having all kinds of trouble scoring runs right now. You don't want to give them any help. And now time call to the plate. Bobby Witt backs out of the box.
Bobby Witt is one of those kinds of players that not only is he a bona fide star, but he's accountable. And you can't say that about everybody, regardless of how much money they're making.
3-1 pitch inside, it hit him.
That's a breaking ball.
Came inside with a changeup, and it hits him either on the elbow or hand. And the Royals have their first 2 men aboard. Gift wrap base runners here in the first inning.
Well, I think what the Reds were hoping for by putting Lyon Richardson on the mound to begin this ball game, I mean, he's had some major league experience. It's not like this is his first rodeo. Matter of fact, this might be his 5th rodeo. But he's got to figure out a way to handle this little bit of pressure that he's putting on himself here early in the ball game.
Here's Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino has started to heat up a little bit, although he was hitless yesterday in Texas, going 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. Left-handed hitter waiting. The pitch to Pasquantino is a little bit low on the outside corner. 1-0.
I mean, if you're Lyon Richardson, all you've got to do is look at the league numbers. The Royals don't hit.
No.
I mean, they have the most difficult time scoring of just about anybody in baseball. So when you're walking and hitting batters, you're just doing them a favor.
Strike on the outside corner of the changeup to even the count on Vinny Pasquantino. Bit of a Bronx cheer now for Lyon Richardson. Right-hander comes set. Richardson a look at second. He throws, and the pitch is going to be called a ball, and Tyler Stevenson wants to challenge it. So
the pitch was called a ball, and the catcher's challenging.
And I think it's going to be low. Looked to be a little low on the outside corner. Let's see. It was low.
The call is confirmed. Cincinnati has one challenge remaining.
It was definitely on the corner, but about a half-inch low.
Well, that's the times that Stevenson usually misses on the challenge is when he knows the pitcher's in trouble and he's trying to help him.
2 on, nobody out.
He lets his feelings get in the way a little bit.
A little bit. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Instead of pickoff attempt at second, but back safely is Carter Jensen.
Well, the accuracy of that pickoff was tremendous, and Lyon Richardson needs to use that accuracy at the plate right now. That was right on the money.
Richardson staring in as Pasquantino steps out of the box, now back in again. Started with his hands up high, then brings him down low. Swing and a miss. Good changeup down. And the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Richardson, or on Pasquantino. Not only have the Royals struggled to score runs, they have struggled mightily this year. One of the worst teams in baseball at hitting with runners in scoring position. 2-2 pitch. Pasquantino pops it up. On the infield, pretty much right near second base. Infield fly rule called, and it'll be the second baseman, Arroyo, to make the catch. Pasquantino is the first out.
Amazing how that ball will find you, huh?
Isn't it crazy? First ball put in play goes to the guy making his big league debut. 1 down, and now Jack Caglione. Caglione, a guy that came to the big leagues for the Royals with a lot of promise. And for good reason. He was the 6th overall pick in 2024 out of the University of Florida. Swing and a miss, and a first pitch changeup here from Richardson. But it just hasn't gone that well for him.
He likes the ball that's close to him. He's got a big swing. He tries to start early, create some power, but he has a lot of swing and miss in that swing.
The 0-1 pitch to Caglione. And it's off the outside corner, slider away. Tried a backdoor slider there, and it just kind of backed up on him a little bit. Count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another left-handed hitter up there for the Royals. 3 of their first 4 left-handed. Switch hitter on deck, and the pitch is off the inside corner. It's 2-1 on Caglione. Caglione in his second season got to the big leagues with the Royals last year after blasting his way through the minor leagues, but he just hasn't quite found his footing. Better this year than he was a year ago, but not where they were hoping he would be as a 6th overall pick. The pitch is low, and it's 3-1. Another changeup in the dirt. Boy, he's throwing a lot of changeups here.
He's throwing a lot of balls.
3-1 on Caglione. 2 on, 1 out. Richardson readies, and here's the right-hander's 3-1 pitch. And he walked him. Another changeup and another one out of the zone. And down to first base goes Caglione. And on 2 walks and a hit by pitch, the Royals have the bases loaded with 1 out, and Isaac Collins striding to the plate. Derek Johnson will go to the mound to try to get Lyon Richardson on track. Richardson's pitching for the 2nd time up here this year. Richardson has logged 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout, a home run. Didn't walk anybody in that first outing, but here he's walked 2. And he is just having all kinds of trouble finding the strike zone. So far, 24 pitches, 18 of them out of the zone.
Well, he came out in his first ball game against the Braves throwing bullseyes. He gave up the long home run to Acuna Jr., struck out the next batter. Sometimes when you give up a home run, it makes you a little bit gun shy. You cannot be gun shy at the big league level. You got to go get it.
There's no Ronald Acuna Jr. in this lineup. First pitch on the way to Isaac Collins, and that's in there for a called strike. And he throws a fastball. First batter so far that he has thrown a first pitch strike to, and it's after the visit.
Richardson throws 97 with a good changeup and a good slider. Make your stuff play in the zone.
0-1, swung on, sliced down the line toward the corner, fairly deep, not the distance, but it's into the seats foul. 0-2.
More times than not, it's for guys that struggle at the big league level, it's because they can't recover from a bad outing. They do real well when it's good, but you have one bad outing and all of a sudden they feel like they got to jump off the cliff.
Richardson's 0-2 pitch to Collins, swing and a miss, and he struck him out with a changeup.
There you go.
It's amazing how much better that changeup is when you're ahead in the count, isn't it?
Well, it's amazing when the pitching coach comes out and says, throw the ball over the plate. You got great stuff. Let's go. Challenge them.
So the strikeout of Collins is the second out of the inning.
Sometimes as a pitcher you need that. I know.
Now Lane Thomas with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Right-hander brings it home, and the first pitch is swung on, and it's drilled high and deep left field. Blade back. He looks up, and it is gone. And I mean long gone to left field. Lane Thomas with a first-inning grand slam has put the Royals on top 4-0. The 2 walks and hit by pitch come back to haunt Lyon Richardson and the Reds. Only the second home run of the year for Lane Thomas. And the Royals have a big lead early on one swing of the bat.
You'd have to go back a few weeks to find a 4-0 lead that the Royals have had.
Third career grand slam for Lane Thomas. The pitch is up and away for ball 1-0 on Michael Massey. It's a Royals team right now that has lost 15 of their last 18, including 6 straight. They had a dreadful month of May. Pitch to Massey is swung on and fouled back, and the count is even, 1-1 strike. But you start putting runners on base, and all of a sudden the team starts to feel like they've got a little something going.
There's a reason those guys have gloves out there.
1-1 pitch. Massey takes a changeup in the dirt. 2 balls and strike. Kind of an overcast evening tonight here in Cincinnati. Temperature is very comfortable. As I mentioned, 74 degrees. Richardson readies. Here's the 2-1 to Massey. Swinging a ground ball off the front of the Reds' first base dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Massey hitting .234, 4 home runs, 15 driven in. Another left-handed hitter up there in this Royals lineup. 2-2 pitch off the outside corner. Fastball running away from the left-handed hitting Massey. And the count is full, 3-2. Richardson has the sign, comes set. And here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with the changeup. And the inning is over. A couple of strikeouts, but the walks and the hit by pitch do the damage ahead of the grand slam. It is the Royals 4, Reds coming up when we come back.
Leap at second, Ernie Clement makes the grab and takes a hit away.
Nice play. Gets up and they got him. Oh, what a pick by Ortiz.
They're headed by Bregman. Good play. Great play, in fact. He gets it.
Oh, good catch.
Diving catch by Mangum in center field.
Coming on, Richardson. Coming on. Dives and makes the catch.
Haggerty going back, still going back, and he gets there and he makes the catch.
Line drive, glove by Pena. The throw in time. What a play by JP.
Judge on the run, dives and makes the catch. Oh, what a play from Aaron Judge. Long way to go for Tawa. What a play by Timmy Tawa. Right field, long run, Saya. And sliding, he was able to haul that one in. Into left, going back, Henderson. Goodness. What a rangy play by Gunnar Henderson. Leaping forward is Vasquez, and he makes the grab. Sitting Martin back, still going, and Martin makes an unbelievable catch.
.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Klosterman Baking Company is hiring. Get on-the-job training, excellent benefits, 401k, and more. Visit KlostermanBakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
Luinder Avila ready to go to work for the Royals. 4-0 Kansas City with the early lead. Blake Dunn leads it off. First pitch on the way, and it's in there for a called strike. 0-1.
You know, when you were talking about this kid's name for the Royals, Luinder, my brain was spinning like I had heard that name before.
The 0-1. Dunn lifts a fly ball. Right field. Lane Thomas waiting on it. And he hits the grand slam and now makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the first.
I realized once I got to the ballpark, I was thinking of the former basketball player Lou Alcindor, which was better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Correct.
So if I call this cat Lou Alcindor, you know that's where we're going.
Here's J.J. Bleday. The pitch to Bleday is down too low. What do you expect to see from Luinder Avila, not to be confused with Lou Alcindor?
Well, I think control can be an issue for Avila.
The pitch down low.
He's going to throw a lot of fastballs at the bottom of the zone. He's looking for the ball on the ground. If you chase the ball that's the changeup, you're going to pop it up.
Here's the 2-0 pitch to Bleday, swinging a weak ground ball off of his foot toward first.
The one thing that Avila does have is as he kicks his knee skyward, there's a little bit of a shoulder rock back towards second base before he comes to the plate. And you have to incorporate that in your timing as a hitter. It's not just a leg kick up and here he comes. The leg kick comes up, then the rock, then he comes to the plate.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to J.J. Bleday. Swing and a miss. A good breaking ball there. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The one thing about Avila, he doesn't give up the long ball. And that bodes well in a ballpark like Great American.
Down too low on a changeup. Count runs full, 3-2.
He gave up a home run in his first outing this year with the Royals. He gave up 1 home run in 4 starts in AAA. Other than that, no long balls.
This is the 11th appearance of the year for Kansas City. Now Bleday swings. Speaking of, there's
2.
a long fly ball, deep right field, and gone.
He's given up 2 now.
Right over the 370 sign. In right center field, J.J. Bleday.
Look, bro, I know how to jinx him. I've been doing this a long time.
His 10th home run of the year. His 27th run batted in. The Reds are on the board. It's 4-1 Royals. And now Sal Stewart will be the batter.
And sometimes a long ball like that, when you're not used to giving up long balls, that'll affect your ability to throw the ball over the plate.
Sal Stewart up now. Avila delivers and a swing and a miss at a first pitch fastball. Strike 1. 0-1 the count on Sal Stewart. The 0-1 pitch. And Stewart watches a breaking ball miss off the inside corner. 261 for Sal. 12 home runs. Tied for second among major league rookies. He has driven in 37. Right-hander against right-hander, and the 1-1 pitch to Stewart is off the outside corner, fastball away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, the Reds have been hitting the ball better as of late, and I think that bodes well against this Royals ball club in this ballpark. Because you have to figure, all right, well, we're down 4-0. We've got to be able to hit our way back into the ball game.
Swung on, fouled off the catcher, Carter Jensen. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Avila now into his windup and home with the 2-2 pitch. And it's popped up high into the air. Behind home, Jensen off with the mask. Near the Reds on deck circle, he will make the catch. Stewart is out, and now 2 away in the first. That'll bring up Eugenio Suarez. And this is a Royals team. It's not like they're only struggling in one area of the game. They're struggling in just about everything. Pitching, they are 23rd in all of baseball with an ERA for their team above 4.5. They don't score runs. They've already scored more than their average in this game. The pitch is a breaking ball down too low, and the count is 1-0 on Eugenio Suarez. They're averaging less than 4 runs a game. They've hit horribly with runners in scoring position. So make no mistake about it, down 4 early, you're not out of it. The pitch is a strike at the knees to Eugenio Suarez, who cocks his head to the side thinking it was low. It wasn't, but it's 1-1. Suarez just 1 for his last 14. That one hit was a home run. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul over by the Royals on deck circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Suarez. Avila. The kick and 1-2 pitch. And Suarez got jammed, pops it up to Witt. The shortstop moving toward the bag at second will make the catch. And the inning is over. But J.J. Bleday.
Here's Juan Soto, who has more hits against the Marlins than he does against any other team. 105 of them in his career.
And Soto cracks one to deep right field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Way up in the second deck. Soto hits a bomb. His 10th of the season. His 4th on this road trip. And the Mets jump out to a 1-0 lead.
There were a half dozen of these pitches in that at bat. And that's one of the longest he's ever hit.
449 feet.
A prodigious blast for Senor Soto.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Will go to the bullpen. Our red Wober's mustard pitching change, and I have a feeling I'll be saying this a lot tonight. Wober's mustard, let's put some mustard on it. Left-hander Caleb Ferguson out of the bullpen. He will be the first reliever to come out of that pen.
So 1 inning for Lyon Richardson, and now Ferguson goes to work against Nick Lofton, and the pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Remember, the Reds did bring up Brandon Liebrandt today. Part of a couple of roster moves. They designated Junior Marte for assignment. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball foul, third base side. So with that, the other side of that move was activating and bringing up Brandon Liebrandt, a left-hander, who will probably get a majority of the innings today. The pitch is a breaking ball down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike on Nick Lofton.
You know, I was reading an article the other day, Tommy, about players in today's game that they would rather play in AAA. They don't want to get called to the big leagues because the pressure is too immense.
Down low, 3-1 on Nick Lofton.
And I mean, you're still making good money in AAA. But
that was real?
Yes.
3-1. And there's a strike.
And I think to myself, wow. I mean, I could taste it. I'm so bad wanting to get here and be able to do the job, but not everybody is that way.
Payoff pitch, ground ball, softly hit left side, sliding stop. Arroyo pops to his feet and throws in time. Oh, Edwin Arroyo, welcome to the big leagues.
That, Reds fans, is Edwin Arroyo.
A spectacular play, moving far to his left in the hole, a lunging stop, spinning, and all in one motion, spinning to his feet while making the play and then throwing right on the money to get the out.
That is confident.
1 down. The pitch is a fastball on the outside corner. How much does that lift you on the mound, too, when you see a play like that behind you?
Huge. But it also garners you respect from every player on your Reds roster.
The 0-1, Isbell hits it sharply back up the mound. It ramps off the slope of the mound right to Matt McLean, who is shading up the middle, and he fields it chest high on the 1 bounce and throws in time to get Kyle Isbell. 2 gone here in the 2nd inning.
And let's remember, the only position that Edwin Arroyo played for the majority of his life, 99% of his life, was at shortstop, and he just made a Gold Glove play at second base.
Carter Jensen takes outside for a ball. The count is 1-0 on Carter Jensen. Jensen walked his first time up and came around to score. The left-hander Ferguson sets high, and here he comes with the 1-0 pitch. And it's off the inside corner.
But reading that article, there are also players that if you give them the opportunity, or if the opportunity presents itself to them, they will show you why you have to keep them in the big leagues.
Cutter just missed. 3-0 now on Carter Jensen.
I think Edwin Arroyo is one of those players. I think he has always been one of those players.
3-0 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike on a fastball. 3-1.
Unfortunate that he had the shoulder issue and missed a significant amount of time.
3-1 pitch. Jensen watches a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball, and has Ferguson right back in the count.
As we have seen with Sal Stewart, he has that attitude. I'll show you why you need me in the big leagues. I think Arroyo is that type of player.
Strike 3 called. Throws him with a fastball. Down on strikes, Carter Jensen. And the inning is over. So Ferguson works a 1-2-3 second with a little help from his second baseman. We go to the bottom of the second. 4-1.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
They say it's a game of numbers. Pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Mi trabajo es sencillo, cachar ese ritmo que solo nuestra gente tira y regarlo por toda la temporada. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
So fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
Well, the Reds are down 3 as they come to bat here in the bottom of the second inning. Nathaniel Lowe to lead things off.
Well, at least the Reds answered in the bottom of the first inning. The home run by Blade. You don't have to get them all back at one time. You just get them back incrementally.
Off the inside corner with a first pitch fastball. 1-0 on Nathaniel Lowe. He is continuing to keep the Royals off the scoreboard. The right-hander into his windup. The 1-0 pitch, and Lowe takes in there for a called strike. A fastball evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lowe was 0 for 4 in the ballgame yesterday and snapped his 8-game hitting streak, over which he hit .367 with 3 homers. The pitch, swinging a ground ball up the first baseline, handled behind the bag by Pasquantino. He'll step on the base for the out. 1 down here in the second. Brings us to today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. The theme this year is very specific. 1976 Royals trivia. So lock in on your 1976 Royals knowledge. Since beginning play as an American League expansion team in 1969, the Royals have qualified for the postseason 10 times. Look out, curveball slipped out of the hand of the right-hander Avila, and Steer ducks out of the way of it. 1-0. How many times have the Reds and Royals qualified for the postseason in the same year? Pitch to Steer is taken too far off the inside corner. 2-0.
Like ever?
Yeah. Since 1969 when the Royals came into existence. A3, B2, C once. 2-0 pitch. Down too low on the outside corner. 3-0.
Well, you grew up a Royals fan. Do you know the answer?
No,
to
I
that?
don't.
Great. The one time I'm leaning on you and you say, no, I don't know.
3-0 pitch in there for a strike. I know what years they went to the World Series.
What were they?
80, 84, and 14 and 15. Pitch. And that's too low. Ball 4. Spencer Steer works the walk. He's down to first. So 1 on with 1 out. I don't believe the Reds qualified for the postseason any of those years. The 70s, though.
2014?
2014. Pitch up and away. Oh, Reds they were a wild card team in 14, weren't they? So there's 1. 1-0 on Tyler Stevenson.
And you said they were in the playoffs in 76. Is that was in that question?
In the dirt outside all the way to the backstop. No, that's not in the question. It's just the theme of this series is 1976 Royals trivia. I don't know why that has anything to do with this. That's just the theme. This is not really 1976 specific trivia. It's Royals trivia, I think, is the main part. 2-0, unless they both qualified in 76,
so
which is possible.
3, 2, or 1?
Yeah, I'm leaning toward A3. Steer down to second on the wild pitch. Now Stevenson swings and fouls this off to the right side.
What letter is 2?
That's B. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Stevenson is on the inside corner. Breaking ball.
What is that?
A is 3. That's what I'm going with.
All right, I'll go with A. System says A.
Okay.
Not that that's been very reliable, I might add. I think they're catching on to my.
Well, I think the system loses some accuracy when you switch over to TV, breaking ball down and away. The count is full 3-2. Kind of throws your numbers out of whack a little bit, doesn't it?
It does.
Full count.
If I had a partner that could keep up with it, then maybe I could.
You could
kind of log that in. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. And Stevenson takes strike 3 called right over the inside corner slider from Avila. Stevenson strikes out, first strikeout of the ball game for the Royals right-hander.
Or maybe you grow up a Royals fan and you know everything about the Royals, but you gave me a little
Can I
head shake.
Fill you in on something real quick?
Yeah.
And you should know this about me by now. It doesn't matter what kind of history it is. It ain't a strength of mine. It could be baseball history. It could be world history. Breaking ball up and away. The count is 1-0. American history. It could be my own family history.
Let's just stop and we'll just go with A.
Edwin Arroyo in his first big league at bat up there.
Speaking of A, let's hope Arroyo can smoke one.
He waits. The pitch swung on. He smoked it, but he yanked it foul into the seats down the right field line.
You know, Arroyo's got a little Missouri in him. He's got a little show me. I'll show you.
He was hitting .323 down in the minor leagues. Boatload extra base hits. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he takes low and inside on a changeup. 2 balls and a strike. Well, there's no questioning within himself, does he belong? He knows that he belongs up here, believes it. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, swinging a weak ground ball foul, first base side. The count is even 2 balls and 2 strikes on Edwin Arroyo. And boy, is he excited to have the opportunity to prove it that he does.
He's earned it.
11 home runs, 34 RBIs, 9 doubles down in the minor leagues. The right-hander comes set, and Avila's home with a 2-2 pitch to Edwin Arroyo. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a slider over the inside corner. He's down on strikes, and the inning is over. Still 4.
Stewart takes off. Soft strike. Bang. Throw. Sailed into center. Stewart didn't realize it.
Yeah, this is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
It's interesting get up for the ballpark.
Yeah, looks like he needs some sun.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Looks like a cup. That might not help the footing.
Something comes flying onto the field there. Lucky that flew into a dead spot there.
Foul tip off the top of the glove. Looks up and is able to find it.
Wow. Welcome to the big leagues, Cole.
Shea Langoliers, who's made the most noise in this game out of anyone. Shea drives it to deep center field. Varsho going back. Still going. As far as he can go. This game is tied. A crowd silencer in Toronto. A 2-homer game for Langoliers. And we are all evened up at 2.
Knotted in 2s, and Langoliers gets one center cut and unloads. Just pummeling baseballs.
Got a couple packs of Topps 2002. Going to open them up and see who I played with.
Oh, Bartolo Colon. This is actually a pretty good pack. So I got a chance to play with Bartolo in Cleveland. Really good teammate, cool dude. It was fun, man. He was always a great hitter.
Woody Williams, probably one of the best Astro killers ever. You always enjoyed chewing the stale gum while you were looking for your heroes.
Top of the third here in Cincinnati. Royals with a grand slam in the first inning. They lead the Reds 4-1. The Reds' 1 run came on a solo shot off the bat of J.J. Bleday. Caleb Ferguson to the plate. Bobby Witt Jr. line drive right center field. Long run steer, got it. It doesn't matter where you play Steer. He shows up, and he shows up big. 1 down. First one night, second another, left field, right field, third base. Here's the left-handed hitting Vinny Pasquantino. He will take a strike over the outside corner, a fastball down and away from the left-hander Ferguson. Pasquantino popped up to the second baseman Arroyo his first go-round. He'll take that cutter just off the outside corner. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Ferguson turns it loose. Fastball upstairs, 2-1. Hits even at 1 apiece. But the Reds walked 2 and hit 1 in that first inning. And one swing of the bat by Lane Thomas netted the Royals 4 runs. Line drive, right field. And that's a base hit for Vinny Pasquantino. So here's Jack Caglianone. Caglianone walked his first time up, came around to score on the grand slam by Thomas. Brandon Liebrandt, who we mentioned earlier, begins to throw in the Reds bullpen. Pitch fouled to the left side, off the netting of the Royals dugout. Sinker right in on the hands of Caglianone. No ball, 1-strike count. Ferguson with a high hold back to the plate. And a strike over the outside corner. Fastball down and away. And Ferguson quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes here to the left-handed hitting designated hitter on this night for the Royals, Jack Caglianone. The pitch. Breaking ball off the outside corner. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Pasquantino, a first baseman, he does have 2 stolen bases. I do not think he's going here as this pitch is fouled back. But if you don't pay attention to him, obviously he can take advantage of that spot. A short lead for the Royal first baseman. Pitch from Ferguson, swing and a miss. Actually, that was a foul ball. I thought it was a swing and a miss. He must have just nipped it in and out of the mitt of Stevenson. Count stays at 1-2. And as you mentioned, Tommy, it is the Reds' bullpen job to keep the game where it is. If you allow the Royals too many more runs, makes it awfully difficult to catch up. Foul to the left side, out of play.
I really feel like the way the Reds have been swinging the bats lately,
you can come back in this game.
Yeah, if you keep it where it's at, you're going to come back.
You give yourself a chance to win. One ball, 2-strike count. Ferguson from the high hold. The kick, the pitch, and a check swing foul. Fastball up and in. Caglianone started and kind of stopped with the bat almost in a bunt position. One ball, 2-strike count. Ferguson checking first once. Pitch. Swing and a miss. This time he struck him out. Slider down and away. Good pitch from the veteran left-hander Caleb Ferguson. 2 down.
We kind of get the sense the way that this is playing out, especially with all the left-handers in this Royals lineup. You start with Lyon Richardson. That probably could have gone better. But now you've got the left-hander to get through this lineup, and then you can get to your bulk guy.
Isaac Collins, a right-handed hitter, takes a four-seam fastball off the inside corner. 1-0 here to the right-handed hitting Collins. Collins playing left field, the former Milwaukee Brewer. Red very familiar with him. The pitch. Looping liner center field in a hurry is done. He won't get it. Caglione, actually that's Pasquantino, will go all the way to third base. A jam shot single. It just died when it hit the ground. And Dunn had to come a long way to get it. And by that point in time, Pasquantino had rounded second and headed on to third. So runners now at first and third base with 2 down for the Royals. And the man responsible for all 4 of the Royals runs will step to the plate with 2 outs yet again. Ferguson turns it loose. Cutter down and in. That's going to miss. Ball 1. A grand slam homer for Lane Thomas. Only his second home run of the year, but he went after the first pitch and he absolutely clocked it. 1-0 from the left-hander Ferguson. The pitch to the plate, and he nails the inside corner with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ferguson back to the set. The pitch. He's going to miss down with that one. Like a fastball, he held on to a bit too long. Buried it down into the dirt. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Collins at first, Pasquantino at third base. The 2-1 from Ferguson. Check swing. Did he go? Oh, yes, he did. Tried to check it. Andy Fletcher, the first base umpire and crew chief of this bunch, pumps that right fist into the air. And that'll even things at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Ferguson. Popped up high in the air. Shallow left center, out to get it. McLean inning over.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds have a home run deal for you. Right now, get 40% off our Comfort 365 windows. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an extra $1,000 off a sunroom with promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule an estimate online at championSafeNow.com.
He will lead things off here against Luinder Avila. He swings at the first pitch. He will pop it up to third base. Foul territory, 1 pitch, 1 out, 1 down. So Blake Dunn will be the first Reds batter to face Avila for the second time here tonight. Dunn flied to right in his first at-bat. Shows bunt, takes a breaking ball. That is strike one. Dunn sets ready. Pitch to the plate. Ripped. Nicely played by the third baseman Lofton. He'll make the throw in time. 2 down. That was a bullet off the bat of Blake Dunn, and Lofton played it like he knew it was coming.
I don't know how Dunn made that close. Lofton sure took his time on the throw. But even still, as sharply as that ball was hit, he figured he could afford to take his time. Barely got done.
Here's J.J. Bleday. He will take a breaking ball strike over the inside part of the plate. Bleday homered his first time up. Takes a changeup in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike count. You miss middle end to this guy right now. Doesn't really matter what the pitch is. He's killing it. The 1-1. High curveball that misses way up and out of the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike. Sal Stewart waiting on deck. Pitch to Bleday. He'll take that one. It is a sinker off the outside corner. Amazing how pitchers pitch you after you take them deep the first time. A whole lot more careful. 3-1 coming. And here it is. And that's ball 4.
Well, when that happens, it's up to the guys behind you to make it pay.
You got to capitalize on it. Otherwise, they'll walk Bleday every time. And when you get walked a ton, that swing starts to suffer because of it. Stewart popped out to the catcher in his first at bat. Swung at a pitch out of the strike zone. Sal readies. Pitch from Luender Avila will miss down and away. That was a fastball that bounced to the plate. That's never a good sign. One ball, no strike count. 2 down in the inning. Reds trailing 4-1, trying to make a little bit of a comeback. That pitch is another fastball that was in the dirt, down and in.
Well, that's one of those you wish you knew that Jensen was having trouble finding the baseball, because then you could take second. Jensen looked for it, couldn't find it, took him a second. It was right between his legs, so you don't want to move up because you know where the ball is. You don't know that he doesn't know. By the time you realize it, it's too late.
Stewart settles back in, pointing the bat skyward as normal. He sets ready. Avila. Slider right on the outside corner. A 2-0 breaking ball, and he put it right on the money.
Well, Willie Traynor behind the plate's not in any hurry to tell you it's a strike, is he?
Slow reaction. 2-1 pitch. Avila. Fly ball into right field. Moving back is Thomas. He'll make the catch just shy of the track. And the Reds.
Oh my goodness. You want to say that this guy is back? He's more than back. He is absolutely on fire. 438 feet.
So last road trip, we say we may have an issue getting Michael on the plane. We might have a hard time getting Ronald Acuna Jr. on the plane, because clearly he is loving Boston and now Cincinnati. An absolute bomb there from Ronald Acuna Jr.
Turns out a minor tune-up to the Dodgers lineup may have Mookie Betts firing on all cylinders.
It's gone! There's the feel, there's the results.
Dave Roberts decided to give Mookie a new perspective on Tuesday, dropping him from his usual 2-hole down to the cleanup spot for the first time since 2017. Safe to say, Mookie's slumbering bat woke up.
And this ball is gone. A home run as Mookie announces he is back.
Betts went atomic against the Rockies, launching 2 homers and driving in 5.
Well, Betts in that cleanup spot, and that's exactly what he's been doing with runs. He's been cleaning them up.
And hey, shout out Andy Pages. He shifted up into the 2 spot, racked up 4 hits, and extended his MLB leading RBI total. The Dodgers have been winning and are on top in the NL West, but getting Mookie Betts back to his old self makes their chances at a three-peat look a whole lot better.
Left-hander Brandon Liebrandt is our Reds Wober's mustard pitching change. Wober's mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Liebrandt, 2-3 with a 5.23 ERA and 11 starts in AAA.
Pours in a first pitch strike to Michael Massey, and the count is 0-1. Bottom third of the order for the Royals here in the 4th inning against this left-hander Liebrandt. He sets, holds high, and the 0-1 pitch. Massey tries to drop down a bunt, does in the grass toward third, picked up by Stewart, but late to first. That'll be a base hit for Massey. Bunt single. Liebrandt originally was looking like he would make a play. Then Stewart called him off, picked it up. By that point, it was way too late. Stewart either called him off or Liebrandt just whiffed on it. Maybe both.
Yeah, I think that Liebrandt just missed it. He had a chance. He was the only one that was going to be able to make the play there.
And now another bunt attempt. This time Nick Lofton bunts at it, but missed it for, actually fouled it off for strike 1.
Now, we don't know in AAA if teams bunted a lot against Liebrandt because he couldn't make the play, but that's back-to-back bunts here by the Royals in the bottom of the order.
Brandon has a pretty good connection to both these teams, the Reds and the Royals. His dad, Charlie, debuted with the Reds, but then had some of his best years in a Royals uniform and won a World Series with Kansas City. Swing and a miss. Count is 0-2 on Nick Lofton.
I had Charlie Liebrandt on my pitching pad when I was growing up.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Pitching pad?
I used to make out lineups and.
Swinging a ground ball at third. Lunging for it, Stewart. Long off balance throw, and he got him. I mean, that would make Brooks Robinson proud. Way over into foul territory. Stewart making the twisting throw, and I mean, he put that throw chest high to Nathaniel Lowe over at first base. What a play to get Nick Lofton.
Quite a good-looking gem of a play by the youngster. I tell you what, when you're playing first base all the time and you make a play like that, that makes it even that much more spectacular for Sal Stewart.
Kyle Isbell takes the first pitch fastball upstairs.
I'm going to put a star by
that. Yeah, that's twice that Nick Lofton has been robbed by star-worthy plays. It was Edwin Arroyo that made his spectacular play against Lofton back in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss and a slow slider.
Yeah, I used to have a lineup, a sheet, a piece of paper that I would make out of a lineup from all the baseball cards that I had when I was growing up and 8, 9, 10 years old. And I would pretend I was announcing the game, throwing the ball up against the house.
Charlie was one of those guys?
Charlie was one of my pitchers.
Swinging a check swing foul. 1-2 on Isbell. Now, would you try to use their mechanics?
No.
You would pitch with them?
No, I was only doing it so I could pretend I was a broadcaster.
Oh, okay.
But I always made Charlie pitch against Johnny Bench. So it didn't go well for old Charlie.
Tough luck.
But if you made my lineup, then you had a pretty good baseball card.
Well, Charlie did his college work right up the road in Oxford. Pitch down too low. He went to Miami. 9th round pick of the Reds back in 1978.
Well, you know, when you're an Alabama boy and you're 8 or 9 years old, the only Miami you know is in Florida.
Right. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. The left-hander readies, and here's Leibrandt with a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop foul, third base side. Off with the mask Stevenson near the Royals on deck circle. He'll make the backhanded catch just in front of the camera well by the Royals dugout.
Tell you, Tyler does a really good job of getting to the baseball in foul territory. He's not one that you really have to worry about a whole lot. He doesn't stagger. He doesn't worry about the spin with the ball coming back. He seems to always look rather comfortable as he makes those types of plays.
Now back to the top of the order. Here's Carter Jensen, who struck out looking, walked, and scored. That was back in the first inning. Left-hander against left-hander. Leibrandt with a high set. He throws the pitch, swinging a weak tapper right back to the pitcher. He has it. Leibrandt turns, one hop throw to low at first base, and they got him.
Maybe that's why they were bunting.
Maybe so. Didn't get a whole lot on that throw. Just kind of pushed it to first, and the Reds almost paid the price. But Nathaniel Lowe bailed.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Struck him out. High heat at 103. First K of the day for Miz.
This is by Ivan Herrera. I mean, he's swinging when the ball's in the glove, especially 0-2, and you're trying to catch up to that. No shot from Herrera.
We talked about that against the Cubs. Burleson swings and misses. 103 again.
Fastball at 103. Up and out of the zone. Burleson went after it. And the second strikeout from Mizorowski.
Before he makes his major league debut, special moment for him.
0-2, and he gets gassed up by Mizorowski. 2 more Ks, 4 in the game.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Torres completely overmatched.
Can't get there. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That last pitch at 102.
Yeah, has some more in the tank, does the Miz. Check out this 102-mile-per-hour fastball at the letters of Nolan Gorman, who, yeah, that's been his kryptonite basically his entire career.
51 pitches at 100 or more.
CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
Let's come to bat here in the 4th inning. The 4th inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. Nice night for baseball here at Great American Ballpark. Eugenio Suarez leads it off. First pitch on the way. Suarez swings and fouls it back. 0-1 the count on Suarez. Right-hander Luinder Avila back to work, and a check swing on a slider a little bit low on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Avila's in the rotation because he's basically taking over Chris Bubic's spot. The pitch, and another breaking ball in the inside corner for a called strike. The Royals certainly dealing with some injuries, including a couple of big ones in their rotation.
Yeah, no Bubic, no Cole Reagans. Reagans is a huge loss.
And both of them have been all-stars in the last couple of years. The pitch on the outside corner. One an all-star last year, the other an all-star 2 years ago. So Bubic out. And originally his spot in the rotation was being occupied by Bailey Falter. That was going horribly. The Royals just DFA'd him. The 2-2 is a slider in the dirt. Suarez checked his swing in time.
And the Royals also lost their closer in Carlos Estevez.
Lucas Erceg has kind of taken over that role, but that hasn't gone very well either.
That's been like riding a mountain bike in some rough hills.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Suarez.
A little bumpy.
Yeah, you could say that again. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Inside, he walked him, and the Reds have their leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight. The walk of Suarez puts him on for Nathaniel Lowe. Let's get the answer to our trivia question.
Let's do that.
Since the beginning of play as an American League expansion team in 1969, the Royals have qualified for the postseason 10 times. How many times have the Reds and Royals qualified for the postseason in the same year? A3, B2, C1. We're both saying A3. The pitch off the inside corner for ball 1, a fastball to Nathaniel Lowe. Royals
previous pitch was called the ball, the captain's challenging.
So do we want to stick with A3?
Sure.
Okay. We turn our attention to the board. Was it in fact a ball? Survey says nope, it was a strike on the inside edge.
Ball's overturned. Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
So that flips the count to 0-1 now on Nathaniel Lowe. The correct answer is actually C once. 1976 was the lone time. Maybe that's why this was 1976 theme trivia. Pitch in the dirt inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nathaniel Lowe. Reds won
so
the
are the next 2 days going to be like this where you're not going to know any of the stuff?
Oh, yeah, count on that. Yeah, absolutely. I just gave you the rundown. I don't need to do it again. I already told you, don't rely on my knowledge of history of any kind.
I got a guy.
Here's the 1-1. Off the inside corner, 2 balls and a strike.
I got a guy?
Yeah, there is. It's the guy that...
Post Malone?
Post Malone, yeah.
I like that song.
I do, too. I like most of his country stuff. 2-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. The pitch, swinging a bouncing ball. Right side, handled by the second baseman, Massey, way over in the hole. He gloves, spins and throws the shortstop Witt at the bag. They're only going to get the 1 out. They still threw to first for posterity. Lowe's going to reach on the fielder's choice for 6. Suarez erased at second base, now 1 down.
I got a guy for that.
For trivia?
No.
You're just singing.
Post Malone song. I got a guy for that.
You're just singing. The Reds went on to win the World Series while the Royals lost to the Yankees on a pennant-clinching home run by Chris Chambliss. Pitch is too high. In the 9th inning of the 5th and decisive game of the ALCS, the 1976 season is the only year in which both the Reds and Royals qualified for the postseason in the same year. It was 13. 13 was the year the Reds were the wild card team. 2-0 now on Spencer Steer. Right-hander comes set. The pitch. And a check swing didn't go, and the pitch misses off the outside corner to Steer. 3-0 now on Spencer Steer. Runner at first is Lowe. 3-0 pitch. And Steer rips a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Up to second base is Nathaniel Lowe, and Spencer Steer now has himself a 20-game on-base streak after his walk in the second inning and now the base hit here. He just
a 5-game hitting streak as well.
Red hot.
You know, you watch Spencer Steer this year. For the longest time, it seemed like he was just running into hitting streaks, on base, getting a hit, and 22 out of 23, might have been more than that. But every time that there's an 0-for game, he turns around and starts a new hitting streak. And that's exactly what he's done here after going 0-for 5 days ago, and now, or 5 games ago, and now here he is with a 5-game hitting streak tonight.
So runners at first and second with 1 out. Linder Avila starting to reach uncharted territories, at least at the major league level. This is the longest outing of his career in the big leagues. He's been mostly used as a reliever, so that's a bit deceiving, the pitch. And it's in there for a called strike.
And it's just as much a mental hurdle as it is physical fatigue. Well, I've never been here before. I'm not really sure, and all of a sudden things start to unravel.
0-1 swing, and there's a liner up the middle on one hop, handled by the second baseman Massey. To Witt at the bag, coming across the throw to first, not in time. A one hop liner up the middle, and they get the out at second of Steer. He's forced out 4-6. Down to third is Nathaniel Lowe. And here is Edwin Arroyo with a chance to help his team in his first day in the big leagues. Arroyo struck out his first time up in his first major league at bat.
And that was on a slider under his hands.
Right-hander comes set. And the first pitch to Arroyo, way too high with a fastball upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes on Edwin Arroyo. His sister is in town from Florida, here for his big league debut. His sister Keisha. Mom and Dad will be here tomorrow. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled back to the left side, out of play. Mom coming in from Florida, Dad coming in from Puerto Rico for tomorrow's game. Found out this morning around 10:30 when Pat Kelly called him. Realized he was coming to the big leagues. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Edwin Arroyo. And now Avila backs off the rubber and resets.
Arroyo from Arecibo, Puerto Rico. That's the home of one of my former teammates, Kendi Maldonado.
The 1-1 swing, and that's fouled off his foot. Ball and 2 strikes on Arroyo. First and third, 2 away.
Arecibo on the opposite side of the island from San Juan.
Okay.
I played down there for a couple of years. Played for a team called Mayaguez, which was about 15 minutes from Arecibo. There's a place called Rincon down there that's awfully good surfing.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball away, down on
the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Murakami to pull, 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed, and Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him! Changeup, 2 away.
Boy, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
Brandon Liebrand's back to work for the Royals, or for the Reds against the Royals here in the 5th inning. First time that he's ever pitched against Kansas City. Talking with him before the ball game a little bit today, he said that he grew up a Braves fan, but they always kind of kept a pretty close eye on what the Royals were doing. Of course, his dad, Charlie, still gets back for quite a few Royals functions from time to time. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. now. First pitch to Bobby Witt is in the dirt. Changeup down for ball one. Witt hit by a pitch his first time up and scored. Flied to right in the third. Royals are up 4-1 in the fifth. Second inning of work for Lee Brandt. First two hitters last inning tried to bunt. And now Witt goes down to get one and swings, and it's a towering blast to deep left field. Bleday back at the wall, leaps, and it's high off the fence. And Witt's going to go into second base with a leadoff double.
You know, I thought Bleday was going to be able to catch that. He didn't jump.
It looked kind of like it might have been a catchable ball. It was right up against the wall. I think, he got too close to the wall when he reached up to the glove.
He's not going to catch it either way. But as he reached up, his glove hit the overhang of the pad and stopped his glove's momentum upward. But that ball was still too high. I don't think he's going to get that.
He got blocked by the pad. Denied. So it's a double for Witt. Now Lee Brandt comes home to Pasquantino. Bunts it foul back into the net. Again, they're bunting. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area when it comes to fighting cancer. We're all in this together. Lee Brandt eyeballing the runner at second. Now the left-hander's home with the 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Pasquantino. It's a fastball sinking in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pasquantino singled in the third. Popped out to Edwin Arroyo's first time up.
It's kind of unusual to ask a guy like Pasquantino to bunt.
One would think, right?
Especially being in the number 3 spot. But I guess when you're struggling and not hitting the ball with any kind of authority, your manager's just trying to get a runner to third and hope you can get an extra add-on run.
Pasquantino loops one short left center field. Here comes Bleday, and he makes a nice sliding catch in short left center field. That's the first out of the Royals' fifth. One down. And now Jack Caglione. Caglione has walked and scored. He's also struck out. He hits with a runner at second base and 1 out. Lee Brandt picks up the sign, readies. A high set. Now the left-hander spins and looks the runner back to second base. Hey, Reds fans, Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle, digital coupons in the app, and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, official grocery partner of the Reds. Lee Brandt delivers to Caglione. First pitch to him is off the inside corner for ball 1. Caglione walked his first time up. He's struck out in his last at bat, 0 for 1 officially tonight. Royals leading 4-1 in the fifth. Lee Brandt readies. Eyeballing that runner at second. Now home with a 1-0. Caglione swats one to center field deep. Back goes Dunn on the track. He's out of room. It's gone. That's into the Reds bullpen. A 2-run home run for Jack Caglione. 6 runs for the Royals tonight, all by way of home runs. A grand slam by Lane Thomas in the first, and now a 2-run blast by Caglione in the fifth. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. With the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, I'm Tommy Thrall. Great to be with you tonight. Unfortunately, the Reds on the wrong side of a 6-1 score as the breaking ball from Brandon Lee Brandt misses off the inside corner. 1-0 the count. All right, let's talk about the scoreboard stumper, shall we? Isaac Collins at the plate with nobody on.
We can do better on that than we did on the trivia question.
Collins swings, lifts into the air, short right field. You're a little upset about that. Here comes Steer near the line to make the catch.
I don't like losing.
I don't either. All right, here we go. 4 catchers have won 5 or more Gold Glove awards while playing their entire career.
Salvador Perez.
Just one team. Who are they? There's one. You're 1 for 1. You're off to a great start.
Say it again now.
4 catchers have won 5 or more Gold Glove awards while playing their entire careers for just one team. Salvador Perez, he ain't going anywhere. He will finish his career, no doubt, with Kansas City. They just signed him to a 2-year deal. In the offseason, the pitch is down too low. Of course, he had a good year last year. Not in the lineup today. It's not gone as well for him this year. 1-0 on Lane Thomas. Here's Lee Brandt's 1-0 pitch. Down too low.
Johnny Bench.
There you go, Johnny Bench. Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Well, I thought so. He had 10 of them. Sal has 5. 2-0 pitch. Thomas takes down low.
What about that old boy in St. Louis, Yadier Molina?
Yadier Molina has 9 of them.
How many of these you want me to get?
I want you to get all 4. You're 3 for 4 right now. The last one, I don't know anything about. I'll be honest with you. Never heard of the guy in my life. 3-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive over Arroyo at second. That's into the right center field gap. Over to cut it off is done. Around first, Thomas. He's into second base with a 2-out double. He's having himself a pretty good night. 4-run home run. They call those grand slams in this sport back in the first inning, and now a 2-out double here in the 5th.
So I take it that the last one is a guy that is a throwback, an older guy.
I couldn't tell you when he played. Told you, don't know anything about him. So probably. Good defensive catcher, apparently. A bunch of Gold Gloves. He was in the American League, and I can tell you that. Give you that hint. Pitch to Michael Massey, and it's down too low. One of the old teams in the American League. So there's a very good possibility that he's an older fella from the way back years. 1-0 on Massey. Lee Brandt stares down the runner at second. Here he comes with the 1-0 pitch. Up and in, low bridged him. Fastball, and Massey leans back out of the way of one whistling under his chin. Massey was splitting time with Nick Lofton at second base. Jonathan India is out for the year. Labrum issue in his shoulder. So he's not coming back. So those two have been splitting time. But now Nick Lofton getting the start at third base because Michael Garcia had his hamstring start barking on him on Saturday. The pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1.
How many Gold Gloves did he have to win? 5?
5, yeah. He won 5. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, swinging a high, towering pop-up between the mound and third. Here comes Stewart right next to the mound. He will make the catch.
They say it's a game of numbers, but el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Track, and he makes the leaping grab. There's a tap, and Martin barehanded off his back foot. You gotta be kidding me. Davis Martin's on another level right now. Hit the bag, pops up. Bell stays with it, dives, and he's out. Boy, everything happening there.
Cam Smith going back, and he will jump up. Cam just robbed him of a home run. Oh, my.
Cedon's got a long run in. He dives and makes a ridiculous play. That is as good as you can do it.
Ground ball, a diving stop. Jimenez to his feet. Get him! That is an outstanding play. Whoa, play by Corbin. Might not even have seen it go into his glove, but he makes a great play.
Charging in his Antonacci. He makes the diving catch. What an effort in left field.
Places it on the ground to short. Gunnar Anderson whirls and fires and gets his man.
Bryce Matthews flips to Pena, bare hand, and a one-hopper to first.
At Rising Star Casino in Rising Sun, win up to $5,000 in free play during 3-Wheel Hot Seat Fridays and Baseball Bonanza Saturdays. That's Friday and Saturday, 6 to 9. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 800-9-WIN.
And the count is 1-0. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? McLean takes low. 2 balls, no strikes. McLean popping out in foul territory to the third baseman his first time up. The 2-0 pitch. And McLean takes a fastball down low. It's 3-0. McLean, Dunn, and Blade. Reds need to get going in a big way offensively now, down by 5.
Well, if you're Avila, you don't want to walk the number 9 batter in any order.
3-0, and he did. Fastball way up and in, and McLean leans back out of the way of ball 4.
Well, that's a benefit for the Reds. At least they get their 9th batter on. You flip it back over to the top of the order. Obviously, the Reds have a little bit of offensive work to do.
And we talked about the fact that Avila hasn't been used in extended roles. And now he's having to face this Reds lineup for the 3rd time. See how he fares. Here's Blake Dunn, 0 for 2. Dunn's been struggling lately at the plate. He watches a fastball miss in. Dunn now just 1 for his last 15 with a fly to right and a ground out to third. The Royals with action in their bullpen now. Avila delivers, and the pitch is low and inside. Now, Avila needs to get through this inning, obviously, to qualify for the win.
And he has not thrown a strike here in this 5th inning. 6 consecutive out of the zone.
John Schreiber, right-hander loosening for Kansas City. Avila's 2-0 pitch. And he centered one up. Fastball down the middle for a strike. It's 2-1. Right-hander sets ready. Here he comes. Breaking ball spins high on the inside corner. And you got to credit Dunn. He is not giving in at all in this at bat.
You have to be, when you're down this much, you have to be patient. You're not going to hit a 7-run homer.
Avila has the sign. Readies. Here's the right-hander's 3-1 pitch, and it is right down the middle of fastball. Fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dunn waving the bat, waiting. McLean leading off first base. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a foul over by the Royals third base dugout. Dunn still up there battling. He was 0 for 5 and struck out 3 times in the game yesterday in that series finale against Atlanta. Reds would love to see him heat back up. Avila's payoff pitch. And a swing and a miss. He chased ball 4. It was a fastball up out of the zone on his hands, and Dunn came up empty. 1 gone here in the 5th inning. Brings up J.J. Blade. Blade homered back in the 1st inning. He has provided the Reds their only offense so far in this game. Pitch to Blade, and he tries to bunt now and fouls it back.
Well, I thought that was a pretty good idea, especially with Lofton playing as deep as he was and over towards the shortstop hole. I mean, at this point, if you're the Reds, you're just trying to get base runners.
The 0-1. Up and away to J.J. Blade. The count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blade now with 10 home runs on the year. The last Red to hit 10 or more homers through his first 31 games with the team, 2020 Nick Castellanos. The pitch, swinging and a miss. Led the National League in May in OPS, total bases, RBIs. Pretty good bid for National League Player of the Month, I'd say.
Right there with you.
Avila sets at the belt. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And he didn't want to, but he went around. Chased the breaking ball down and in. Back-to-back strikeouts for Avila.
Nice comeback for the Royals right-hander after walking McLean on 4 straight.
Now he'll deal with Sal Stewart with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Avila sets ready. Here he comes. And a swing and a miss. Avila came in 0-2 with a 5.06 ERA in 10 games and only 1 start. Reds haven't been able to do much against him at all tonight except for the home run by Blade, and that's the one part of Avila's game where he was the best. Only given up 1 home run in 21 innings coming in. And then the Reds take him deep, 2 batters into his outing. Haven't done anything since. Avila is home with the 0-1 to Sal Stewart. He misses low with a fastball. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Matt McLean at first base. He walked on 4 pitches to start the inning. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball headed for third. Scooped up by Lofton. He'll go the short way to second. Massey covering.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
At the warning track, and he makes the leaping grab. There's a tap, and Martin barehanded off his back foot. You gotta be kidding me. Davis Martin's on another level right now. Hit the bag, pops up. Bell stays with it, dives, and he's out. Boy, everything happening there.
Cam Smith going back, and he will jump up. Cam just robbed him of a home run. Oh, my.
Sedan's got a long run in. He dives and makes a ridiculous play.
That is as good as you can do it. Hit a ground ball, a diving stop. Jimenez to his feet. Get him. That is an outstanding play. Whoa, play by Corbin. Might not even have seen it go into his glove, and he makes a great play.
Charging in is CINCINNATI, and he makes the diving catch. What an effort in left field.
Places it on the ground to short. Gunnar Anderson whirls and fires and gets his man.
Bryce Matthews flips to Pena barehand and a one-hopper to first.
Royals come to bat, 6th inning. It is 6-1 Kansas City. Left-hander back to work, and the first pitch from Leibrandt on the way, and it's off the inside corner low for ball 1 to Nick Lofton. 1-0 on Lofton. Lofton 0 for 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Lofton takes up and away. It's a 2-ball, no-strike count now on Nick Lofton. And he's having a little issue with his elbow guard. Final answer to tonight's scoreboard stumper. The final of the 4 catchers with 5 or more Gold Glove awards while playing their entire career for just one team. Salvador Perez 5, Yadier Molina, Cardinals 9, Johnny Bench, of course, 10. The last answer, Bill Freehand of the Tigers 5. Pitch low and inside, 3 balls and no strikes.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about Bill Freehand.
I know he won 5 Gold Gloves with the Tigers.
He was an all-star 11 times. I'd say he had a pretty darn good career. I should probably know a little bit more about Bill Freehand. Pitch is in there for a called strike. Good backdoor breaking ball. 3-1 the count. Yeah, he was an all-star every year from 64 to 73, and then one last time in 75. And the pitch missing up and away. Ball 4. Leadoff walk to Nick Lofton begins the Royals' 6th inning. Now Kyle Isbell will make his way to the plate.
And it looks like Liebrandt's got a pretty good idea about what he wants to do. He's trying to do too much with his pitches, and they're missing off the plate. Sometimes you just have to decide, my stuff's good enough, and I'm going to throw it on the plate and make them swing.
First pitch to Kyle Isbell is on the outside corner for a called strike. Royals have hit 2 home runs tonight. They don't hit many home runs. They don't score many runs. They average under 4 a game. They have 6. They actually moved the fences in left and right fields at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City to try to promote more homers from the home team. The pitch, a bunt.
Hasn't helped.
No, it hasn't. Now Isbell wants to challenge. I think he was checking with home plate umpire Willie Traynor first to see if he swung.
Pitch was called a strike. The batter's challenging.
It was a called strike, so Isbell thought it wasn't. Let's see. The big board says Steve Reich.
A called strike is confirmed. Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, when you're running out of the box, that's a tough time to challenge.
I was thinking the same thing.
The perception of the strike zone changes dramatically.
On the outside half of the plate, a full ball above the bottom of the zone. And now the 0-2 pitch to Isbell. Instead, Liebrandt lobs one over to first. Checks on the runner. Lofton back. Lofton doesn't have a stolen base. Hadn't even attempted one yet.
It's a good time to pick, huh?
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Isbell. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Got him with a changeup down and out of the zone. That's the first out of the Royals' 6th inning. Now back to the top of the order. Here's Carter Jensen. Jensen walked and scored in the 1st inning. Struck out looking in the 2nd. And tapped one back to the pitcher in the 4th inning. Royals have 6 runs on 7 hits. For the Reds, a run on only 2 hits. Liebrandt's pitch off the inside corner. And really, Cowboy, it's pretty easy to look at this ball game right now and think it would be a whole different story without the 2 walks and the hit by pitch in the 1st inning.
I'm right there with you.
The left-hander again checks on the runner at first base, and Lofton falls back into the base easily, barely a lead. That great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. The 2-0 pitch swung on, popped into the air. Short center field, done in. He's got plenty of time to get there. He'll make the catch easily. And now 2 gone in the 6th inning. You don't see him do it very often, but Reds manager Terry Francona used an opener. It was Lyon Richardson tonight. He gave up 4 runs on 1 swing of the bat after the 2 walks and hit by pitch in the 1st. The grand slam by Lane Thomas. The 4 runs he allowed in his 1 inning of work. All came on the 1 hit he allowed. He walked 2, struck out 2, the home run, and the hit by pitch, his line. Bobby Witt Jr. now. The pitch to Witt, up and away for ball 1. Caleb Ferguson gave the Reds a couple of innings of shutout baseball. He did not walk a batter, struck out 2, allowed 2 hits in 2 scoreless innings. Now Liebrandt. The pitch. Down too low. Just brought up today from AAA Louisville. Liebrandt currently in his 3rd inning of work. High set, looks at first, throws that way, and he throws it away. And it gets wedged over by the tarp, and down to second base goes Lofton, as Lowe has to go dig it out. It didn't bounce back out like a lot of times the errant throws over that way will. Couldn't really see if it got wedged over by the tarp or in the pads, or
like it went under the pad, and that's the reason it didn't move at that point. Actually, it hit the pad, kicked back.
Kicked back off the tarp roller.
Yep.
Stayed over there. So an error on the pitcher, Liebrandt. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Way too high, and it's a 3-ball, no strike count now on Witt. 6-1. Royals have the lead. We're in the 6th inning. First game of this 3-game series. Now the Reds are just going to go ahead and put Bobby Witt Jr. aboard. So he'll head down to first. 2 on, 2 out. And they'll go after the left-handed hitting Vinny Pasquantino. Pasquantino, a single in the 3rd, flew out to left field in the 5th. Infield pop to the second baseman Edwin Arroyo, his first time up. 1 for 3 tonight. Pitch to him, up and in on his hands. Counts 1-0. Looks like they may start to stir in the Reds bullpen, trying to get as much out of Lee Brand as they can. He sets ready. Stares down the runner at second. The 1-0 pitch, and there's a line drive and a right field base hit. Here comes Steer around third, loft into the plate. Steer's throw home, cut off by Lowe. The run will score at 7-1 Kansas City on the RBI single by Vinny Pasquantino, his 26th run batted into the year. Witt goes first to third with his good speed. And now Jack Caglione, who hit the 2-run home run in the 5th. Left-handed hitter waiting. Lee Brand brings it home. The pitch to Caglione is lifted in the air. Center field coming on is done. He'll make the catch. Side retired. And that does it for the Royals in the 6th. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-1 Kansas City with.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed have him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Right-hander John Schreiber into the ball game out of the Royal bullpen. 25th appearance, no wins, 2 losses, a 2.86 ERA. In his 22 innings pitch, he has allowed only 19 hits. He's not a big strikeout pitcher. He's only struck out 12 batters, so he pitches to contact. Hopefully the Reds can find a bit of contact here.
His first pitch is sliced foul into the seats for strike 1. Eugenio Suarez leading off the Reds' 6th inning.
Schreiber has that low 3/4 delivery, very low 3/4. Ball runs away from the lefties into the righties.
Winder Avila in line for his first win. Pitch up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Eugenio Suarez. (7-1) Kansas City, bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-1 pitch. Suarez looks at a strike. 1-2 now on Eugenio. Things were looking promising for the Reds in the fourth inning. Suarez walked to lead things off. In fact, the Reds have had leadoff walks each of the last 2 innings. Suarez swings and misses at a breaking ball away. He's down on strikes, 1 gone here in the 6th inning. And now Nathaniel Lowe will be back. Lowe's grounded out to first and hit into a fielder's choice. Lowe waits on the right-hander, and here comes Schreiber. Off the inside corner, ball 1. Lowe for 2. Grounded up the middle his last time up. Outfield straight away. The pitch to Lowe is on the edge. A called strike, fastball. Schreiber the pause and the 1-1. Down and in. 2 balls.
You have to imagine after losing Hunter Green early, you lost Emilio Pagan, but losing Pierce Johnson and Graham Ashcraft and then Ellie De La Cruz yesterday. Yeah, that's a big gut punch for guys that are in the Reds dugout, but you're not paid to worry about that. You just have to figure out a way to get yourself back up mentally and back out onto the field to play.
2-1s off the inside corner. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count on Nathaniel Lowe. And the pitch to him is low and inside. That's ball 4. So the Reds have a leadoff base runner. Or not a leadoff base runner, a 1-out base runner. That's the word I was looking for. 1 out. Here's Spencer Steer. Steer's now reached base safely in 20 straight after his walk in the 2nd inning. And a base hit in the 4th. And that's the longest active on-base streak in the big leagues right now. Longest of his career also.
It's part of the reason that this game is a lot mental at this level, because you can't let extenuating circumstances determine how you perform on the field of play, because the stats all count the same. They don't have an asterisk that says, well, we lost our closer or 2 starting pitchers or somebody got sick at the wrong time. That doesn't matter.
1-0, softly roll to the shortstop. Witt to Massey, around to first just in time on a close play. Steer is out, 6-4-3 on the double play, and we'll see if the Reds want to challenge it. They will. So Terry Francona thinks that maybe Spencer Steer beat that. And so the umpires will get together and chat.
The call on the field is out at first base. Cincinnati is challenging.
So let's see.
Pretty close.
Very close. Very close. Did I catch a Cincinnati there from Andy Fletcher?
That is, that's about as close as you could ask for.
Yeah. And it's where the ball is in the back of the glove, or it's actually where it enters the glove now.
Well, if it's where it enters the glove, he's out.
Right.
If it's back of the glove, then you have a case. And right now the call on the field is that he is out, and I think that's going to hold up.
I believe so. That would make it a 6-4-3 double play. Grounds crew waiting word so that they can go out and drag the infield here between innings. But we all wait. While we wait, let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Well, during the ID, we found
it's time for the great mascot race. Ready, set, go. And they're off. Look at them go, folks. They're neck and neck. The crowd goes wild. Down the home stretch. Here they come. Here's the play at the plate. It's Clark. Congratulations on winning The great mascot race.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Reds are trailing the Royals 7-1 as we begin play here in the 7th inning. Left-hander Brandon Liebrandt back out on the mound, and he'll go to work against the right-handed hitting Isaac Collins. First pitch swinging, popped up foul behind the Reds dugout and out of play. No ball, 1 strike count. Reds came into this ball game 2 games over 500. The Royals came into this ball game 15 games under 500. Under 500.
That's a new season high for them too.
They had lost 6 in a row coming in. Swing and a miss. Changeup down and away.
They've been swept in 3 of their last 4 series. That's how bad things have been going for Kansas City.
No ball, 2 strike count. Liebrandt, the kick, the pitch. And he'll cut that one up and in. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Luinder Avila started for the Royals, only his 2nd start all year. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Good changeup over the outside corner. 1 down. Avila came into the ball game 0-2, 27 hits in his 21 2/3 innings with a 5+ ERA. But the Reds were behind the 8 ball from the get-go. 4 runs in the first inning off the bat of Lane Thomas, a first inning grand slam as that pitch misses downstairs. 1-0 here to this Lane Thomas, he of the grand slam in the first inning. And the Reds have been playing catch up ever since. Off the outside corner, a changeup, a check swing from the right-handed hitting Thomas. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to the Royals right fielder on this night. Liebrandt, newly recalled, left-hander to the plate. And he gets a high strike right at the top of the zone. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Liebrandt doesn't waste a whole lot of time. And here's a tapper towards third. It will roll foul. That'll be a souvenir for somebody. But back in the count is Liebrandt. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 down in the inning. The pitch, changeup into the dirt, and Lane Thomas not chasing on that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thomas looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game. He has hit the aforementioned grand slam. He also doubled his last time up. Ground ball, shortstop. McLean has it. He will throw in time. 2 down. Michael Massey playing second base pretty much on a regular basis for this Royal Ball club. Of course, former Red Jonathan India with left labrum surgery, so he is out for the rest of the year. He and Massey were doing some alternating at that position earlier. Breaking ball misses outside here to Massey. Massey has a bunt single. But he's also struck out and flied out. The 1-0. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Nathaniel Lowe tried to tiptoe on that chalk line down the first baseline as if he was trying to catch a football in the end zone and trying to keep his feet in bounds. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And now Lee Brandt will come calling. This is smoke. High and deep to right field. You can kiss that baby goodbye. Another home run for these Kansas City Royals, who came in not hitting any home runs. And they've hit 3 here tonight. 8-1 Royals. Fastball right down Broadway, and Massey did not let it pass. That ball got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah, he got it all. That was no.
And that's a lefty on lefty matchup. Here's Nick Lofton. He's hitless on the night. He did walk and score in the 6th inning for the Royals. First pitch, backdoor breaking ball. That's a strike.
I would imagine that ball Massey hit would have been out of Kauffman Stadium at the old dimensions.
The pitch. Back up the middle. That's a base hit. It was a changeup. Lofton stayed back and just shot it right back up the box. He will be a 2-out base runner. And that'll bring the center fielder Kyle Isbell to the plate. Isbell has grounded to short. He has popped up in foul territory to the catcher, and he is struck out. He has already faced Lee Brandt twice here in this ball game. This will be the 3rd time. To the plate, swing and a miss. Still doesn't like that left-handed slider from Lee Brandt. No balls and a strike here to Isbell. Lee Brandt back to the dish. Fly ball into left field. Blade has it. Inning over. Home run by Massey, the 3rd.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha. And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Teddy has been so careful, and rightly so, to Jordan Walker.
Walker had tried to deep left center field. That is way back, and it is gone for Jordan Walker. The revelation comes up with home run number 15.
He won that at-bat. Not that last pitch. He won the at-bat. Now, that was an impressive at-bat.
From an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count and gone. The Cardinals are back in it.
24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds have a home run deal for you. Right now, get 40% off our Comfort 365 windows. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an extra $1,000 off a sunroom with promo code GOREDS. Call or schedule an estimate online at ChampionSafeNow.
They kind of had the look of, hey, we could really use you for one more if you got it in you. Sal Stewart at the plate. Right-hander goes to work. Sal swings and he lines one into right field. That's a base hit, so Stewart's aboard. 2-out single for Sal Stewart brings up Eugenio Suarez. Suarez has popped to short, walked and struck out. Mason Black comes to the plate and pours one right down the middle for strike one. All Royals tonight. Closest the Reds have been. Down 3 after the home run by Bleday in the first. The pitch. And this ball is a bullet on one hop past the glove of Lofton. And that's into left field. Probably a base hit. Lofton didn't exactly play it well. It was a line drive pretty much right at him. Well, laid it off to his left and it went right on by him. I'll call it a hit for Eugenio Suarez. It's a sinking line drive. Not going to pretend like it was an easy play, but it was right at the Royals' third baseman and got by him on the short hop. Up high for ball one to Nathaniel Lowe, 1-0. But if you're on the mound, you probably want that play made behind you, but it was stung.
Yeah, that ball was smoked. He didn't play it well, but it is what it is.
1-0 pitch. Skied in the air, twisting toward the seats, giving Chase Collins into foul territory up against the stands, reaching into the seats, and he won't make the catch. It's on into the stands, a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Nathaniel Lowe. So he is given second life. That was right over there into the spectators, and there was nobody.
Wow, he had a chance. The Reds fans got out of his way. He had a chance to catch it. He just missed it.
The reaching hands were not close to the ball, so he definitely had a chance. And he was reaching up over the wall, too, into the stands, but he just whiffed. 1-1 on Nathaniel Lowe, the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lowe way ahead of the count.
Too many times when you're trying to make a catch on the wall, you're either looking at the wall, you're worried about hitting the wall, you're looking at the fans at the last second, and if you take your eye off the ball, you're not going to catch it.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Kind of an awkward swing from Lowe on that fastball. Looked to be down the middle. Very hittable pitch, and Lowe just missed it.
I think he was trying to get inside of it and shoot it into that shortstop hole, and just came up empty.
I think the Reds are going to try to get one more out of Liebrandt.
Yeah, I don't see anybody warming in the pen.
Swinging a high pop foul. Third base side. Lofton has room. He'll make the catch over in front of the.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, and here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
There's a lot going on when Ohtani pitches and hits. So there goes Ohtani. Shohei lighting up the highlights already. It's a leadoff home run after he struck out 3 at the top of the first. And the Dodgers lead it 1-0. He hit 55 in the regular season, a Dodger record. And he's gone deep for the 3rd time this postseason, his first of the championship series.
To like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, like it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Well, it looks like Liebrand is going for the complete game.
I don't think it works that way.
I mean, you pitch 6 innings out of the bullpen, should get something for it.
Yeah.
Other than your ERA bumped up.
First pitch off the inside corner for ball 1. Well, you kind of wonder if this will be one of those situations where, now I don't know what here's the 1-0 pitch down too low. If the Reds would send him back to Louisville after pitching this much in a game like this, because
he's not going to be able to pitch for another week. So
right.
I would imagine they will make that move and bring somebody else up for tomorrow.
2-0 on Lane Thomas, the 2-0 pitch, swinging a line drive back up the middle, and that's into center field. Base hit. Lane Thomas is on to start the Royals' 9th inning. The Reds do have activity in their bullpen, however. Big Sugar. Zach Maxwell is loosening. Michael Massey, 2 hits tonight, bunt single and a home run. By the way, Will Benson stays in the game. He's in center field after hitting for Dunn last inning. Liebrand readies, high set, and the pitch to Massey's off the outside corner, fastball away.
Well, Liebrand has thrown a lot of pitches out of the bullpen. He'll be the only pitcher thus far this year out of the Reds bullpen that has thrown almost 100 pitches.
Ripped to right field by Massey. That's over the head of the Reds right fielder Steer, who plays it perfectly off the wall and gets it back into second, holding Massey to a single off the right field fence. Going first to third is Thomas. And you start to wonder how much longer will Terry Francona go with Liebrand. That was a left-on-left rocket off the right field wall. Now the batter is Nick Lofton. Liebrand readies. He throws. The pitch to Lofton is a little bit, nope, that's in there for a called strike. Fooled again by Willie Traynor, the home plate umpire. He takes his time back there now. No rush, to let you know. Here's the 0-1. Lofton lofts it to center. There's Benson right in his tracks. Catch is made. Tagging at third. Thomas coming home. Throw to the plate. Cut off. And back to first base goes Massey on the sac fly by Lofton to center. Second run of the night that Lane Thomas has scored in addition to his home run. Now it is 9-1 Royals. Maxwell seems to be ready in the Reds bullpen. Of course, I don't know if you want to burn another arm at this juncture. You're in the territory now where you would see a position player on some nights. The pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Kyle Isbell, the Royals' number 9 hole hitter. He's 0 for 4 tonight. He's been left out of all the fun. 0-1 pitch. Isbell hits it on the ground to Arroyo. To second one, McLean to first, double play. 4-6-3 inning-ending double play here in the ninth.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing. And there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Another breaking ball skied to left. And this ball is going to, it hit a bird.
You believe that?
Bird. I've never seen that.
Well, I've heard of birdies in golf. That's the first birdie I've seen in baseball.
Santana's probably thinking a bird in hand. That's the first ew of the 1987 season.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Favorites since 1905. If you're at the ballpark or watching from home, top off your hot dog, burger, or brat with Wilbur's mustard.
Right-hander Eli Morgan out of the Royals bullpen. No wins, one loss, a 5.28 ERA in his 12 appearances. He's allowed 21 hits in 15 and a third innings, 4 home runs. Hey, you never know.
Well,
stranger things have happened.
Can't exactly say we got a long way to go in this one. Although you would like the Reds to make 3 outs feel like a long way. The first pitch swung on, hit down the line and left. It's deep off the bat. A steer slicing toward this, or hooking toward the seats, foul. It ends up in the seats down the left field line. 0-1 the count.
A lot of high fives and pats on the back as Brandon Liebrandt headed back into the Reds dugout. He pitched 6 innings and he was out there taking it for the team.
Yeah, you know,
save the bullpen for the next couple of days.
I don't think most people would look at 5 runs over 6 innings and say, hey, he did a great job. It was a valuable outing. The pitch is in there for a called strike because of what you just said. Saved the bullpen on a night where the Reds were down a starter. 0-2 the count on Spencer Steer. 0-2 pitch to Steer. Swinging a foul back. And he got knocked around a little bit. A couple of long home runs off of him, but did you ever get the sense that he was just mailing it in out there?
No.
He continued to compete until the end. 0-2 on Steer. The right-hander sets, and from the belt, here's the 0-2 pitch. Oop, bounced that one by the catcher all the way to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Steer.
That looked like a pitch Morgan is working on, changeup.
Yeah.
It was a little awkward delivery. It landed over in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. No glove, even close to it by the catcher.
Here's the 1-2. And he misses a little bit high with a fastball. So the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steer has reached 2 of the 3 times he's come up. Hit into a double play that into the Reds' 6th inning. That was his last time up, but a walk and a base hit his first 2 trips to the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reds haven't done anything offensively tonight, aside from the J.J. Bleday home run. The hit by Steer in the 4th and a couple of 2-out singles in the 8th. That's it. 2-2 pitch. Steer checks his swing on a pitch away. Now it's a full count, 3-2. Stevenson and Arroyo get one more shot tonight. Night where Edwin Arroyo is making his major league debut. 3-2 pitch. Steer again out in front of a breaking ball. Bangs it foul down the left field line into the second deck. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on Spencer Steer. The right-hander Morgan delivers. And a swing and a miss. Steer chased ball 4. Fastball up and out of the zone. And there's one gone here in the 9th. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, the official legal counsel of the Reds. First pitch to Tyler Stevenson on the inside corner for a called strike. Stevenson was held hitless on Saturday. Before that, had been swinging the bat pretty well. Came in 6 for 18 in his last 5, but now at risk of going hitless in his last 2. And the pitch is off the outside corner. The count is even 1-1 after the fastball missed away. 1 ball, 1 strike on Stevenson. Morgan ready at the belt, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson out of the box, now back in again. From the belt, the 1-2. Off the outside corner, changeup floating away, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander readies. And here's the 2-2 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. Swing and a miss, struck him out, slider down. 2 away in the 9th. Back at it again tomorrow night. Battle of lefties. Andrew Abbott against Noah Cameron. Stephen Kolek will pitch for Kansas City on Wednesday. That's where Chase Burns will be pushed back to. Now Edwin Arroyo for the 4th time tonight. Strikeouts each of his first 3 times up. Now here he lines a base hit right over the head of Massey, and that's the first big league hit for Edwin Arroyo. His sister loves it. And Arroyo has a 2-out single here in the 9th for his first big league knock.
Nice to get that one out of the way, that's for sure.
Went up to get it, stayed on top of it though.
He did not overswing, a little more quiet, if you will, with that swing and not so over aggressive. And that's just part of your first day in the big leagues. You want to do something so bad you can't stand it, and you get out of your game a little bit.
Now Matt McClain, he swings and rips one down the line and left. That's going to drop fair and into the left field corner. Extra bases. Arroyo's being waved around.
Arroyo can fly.
And no throw to the plate. He will score all the way from first on the double into the corner by Matt McClain. He was booking around the bases.
Arroyo, get it a little bit now. I knew he was fast, but goodness.
He was probably floating around the bases right there, though. I mean, there's probably a little bit of adrenaline associated with that, especially on the heels of his first big league knock. It's possible he's never run that fast in his life. He'll take it. So the Reds, 9-2 now, Kansas City. Will Benson batting again after pinch hitting back in the 8th inning. Popped out to short. He takes ball 1 here. 1-0 on Benson. McLean at second with 2 outs. The double by McLean, his 10th of the year, his 21st RBI. The 1-0 pitch. Benson checked his swing. Did he go? They ask him third. Yep. Alex Tosi says that he went. Count is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Benson shaking his head a little bit. He didn't think so. He did, though. All 3 games of this series, 7-10 starts. And the Reds will be off Thursday in St. Louis. The pitch in tight to Benson, 2 balls and a strike. Reds will play the Cardinals beginning on Friday in the weekend series. Central Showdown. 2 balls, 1 strike on Will Benson. And it comes. Down too low. Changeup missing below the zone. It's a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Benson drags the bat head across the plate. Waits. The right-hander Morgan sets, and here he comes. 3-1 pitch to Will Benson. Swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball there. Came up empty. And it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. And Benson checks his swing and a pitch in too tight. He works the walk, so he'll head down to first. 3rd straight Red to reach after the first 2 were retired by way of the strikeout by Eli Morgan here in this 9th inning. Brings up J.J. Bleday, so he's got another chance for a 2-hit game to keep that streak alive. 1 for 3, solo home run and the walk. Strikeouts his last 2 times up. 2 on, 2 out, and here it comes. And Bleday watches a fastball, actually a slider down the middle for a strike. Rangers are leading the Cardinals 2-1. That game's in the 8th inning. Brewers are destroying the Giants 11-2, bottom to 7th. Bleday watches a changeup in for a strike. Wants to challenge, why not?
Pitch is called a strike, the batter's challenging.
So let's see. Survey says Steve right, top of the zone. Barely.
The call of strike is confirmed. Cincinnati is out of challenges.
Nothing in 2 on J.J. Bleday. 2 on, 2 out. 9-2 Royals, bottom of the 9th inning, and here comes Morgan with the 0-2 pitch to J.J. Bleday. And now time called, and Bleday wants time. So it's 0-2 with 2 outs and 2 on to number 22.
See what you did there?
Deuces are very wild right now. They're all over. The right-hander again from the belt. And here it comes. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a slider down and in. That's all. Reds fall 9-2 to the Royals tonight here at Great American Ballpark. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.